which I see before me. The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou by the dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I drew. Thou marshalst me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made to fools or the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade and dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There is no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now, over the 1/2 world, nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hackett's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf, whose howls his watch. Thus, with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing stride, toward his design moves like a ghost. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabouts, and take this present horror from the time which now suits with it. Whiles I threat, he lives. Words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
Which hath made them drunk, hath made me bold. What hath quenched them, hath given me fire. Peace. It was the owl that shrieked. The fateful bellman, which gives the Stearns good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets, that death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die. Alack! I am afraid they have awaked and 'tis not done. The tempt and not the deed confounds us. Mark. I laid their daggers ready. He could not miss him. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I've done it, indeed. Didst thou not hear the noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
Was that a senate?
Aye.
Hark. He lies in the second chamber.
Donald Payne.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one that laughed in his sleep, and one cried murder. That they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep.
There are to watch together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands. Listening their fear, I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could not I pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, but amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth doth murder sleep, the innocent sleep, sleep that knits up the raveled sleep of care, the death of each day's life, sore labor's bath, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourishment
What
of life.
do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more, Macbeth shall sleep no
Who
more.
was it that thus cried? Why, worthy thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain sickly of things. Go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afeard to think what I've done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose. Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. It is the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is it with me when every noise appalls me? What hands I hear? Oh! They pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? This my hand will rotted and multitudinous seas incarnate hide, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. Walking to the south entry, retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy it is then! Our constancy hath left here unattended. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
Do not my deed, to I best not know myself. Wake Duncan, would thy knocking? Oh, would thou couldst!